With its stylish design and practical capabilities, the 2024 Hyundai Tucson is seriously worth your attention. So join us as we take a look at the intricate details of this all-new SUV. Exterior styling. The Tucson has always stood out as one of the most stylish options in the subcompact SUV space, but the 2024 model looks way better than previous generations. The most notable new styling cue is the use of sharp angles, which can be found all over the Tucson, but particularly at the rear. These sharp lines give the 2024 Tucson a sleeker and more modern profile, and it looks excellent from pretty much every angle. The front is also more imposing than last year's model, with a large grille that blends into the front lights. And in those chunky wheels, we might just be looking at one of the prettiest cars Hyundai has released in the last 5 years. The new Tucson is available in 7 beautiful colors, including shimmering silver, Amazon gray, Titan gray, deep sea blue, crystal white, ash black, and ultimate red. With such a diverse range of colors available, users will be able to create the SUV of their dreams. Performance. The performance of the Tucson is a mixed bag. On the whole, it's a decent car to drive. However, there are one or two flaws that do take away from the overall driving experience. Powering the Tucson is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, producing a modest 187 horsepower. This is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. During city driving, this engine is more than adequate. However, when you hop on the highway, some drivers may feel a little underpowered, especially when overtaking or going up steep hills. For instance, it'll take you the best part of 9 seconds to get up to 60 miles per hour. And beyond its poor stats, the Tucson just doesn't feel fun to drive. There's no personality with the engine, and the responsiveness is mediocre at best. I mean, nobody is expecting BMW kinds of fun, but if you're looking for somewhat of a driver's car, the Tucson will likely disappoint you. But by far the worst thing is the Tucson's suspension. It seems like Hyundai went for the stiffest suspension they could find, and as a result, the Tucson delivers an uncomfortable ride, even on seemingly smooth surfaces. This is something we can tolerate if it's an intentionally sporty SUV, but it's not. Aside from this, the Tucson is a pretty smooth driver overall. The handling is crisp and sharp, the engine is quiet and refined, and the brakes are soft yet effective. Hybrid variant. For most people, the standard gasoline engine will offer good enough performance. However, if you prefer a little more pep, you'll probably be interested in the new hybrid variant. This uses a smaller 1.6-liter turbocharged engine coupled to an electric motor. Combined, this setup produces a total of 226 horsepower and an impressive 258 pound-feet of torque. The performance of the hybrid variant is noticeably better than the standard model. Sure, you're not going to feel like the Flash on the road, but with a 0 to 60 time of 7.1 seconds, you're also not going to feel underpowered at any point. The fuel economy is also impressive. Hyundai has estimated about 38 miles per gallon during both city and highway driving. You can also drive in electric-only mode for up to 33 miles, and it'll take you around 2 hours to charge the battery using a level 2 charger. Aside from the increased power, the hybrid model offers a much more refined ride than the standard gasoline model. This is all thanks to that smaller engine, which makes less noise and produces fewer vibrations, leaving the cabin much quieter and more comfortable. Interior design. Opening up the doors of the Tucson, you'll notice that the modern styling has carried through to the cabin, and there's been a key emphasis on a minimal approach. The dashboard, for instance, is extremely simple, housing just that infotainment screen and gauge cluster. The rest of the cabin is equally elegant, sporting monotone leather and high-quality plastics all around. The trim comes in 2 basic colors, a deep black or a dark gray. While you might think that these color choices are a little boring, they do have a nice pop to them and add to the luxurious feel of the Tucson. Plus, with optional ambient lighting, you'll have the ability to change up the mood in the cabin with the click of a button. The Tucson has always been a spacious car, and the same can be said for the 2024 model. You'll be able to comfortably fit 2 to 3 adults in the back, and thanks to all the driver's seat customization options, the driver will be able to find the perfect position for longer journeys. As an SUV, storage space is another key consideration. Luckily, the Tucson excels here too, and is actually more spacious than last year's model. With the back seats up, you'll be able to hold up to 38.7 cubic feet of cargo, and with the back seats folded down, this number goes up to an impressive 80.3 cubic feet, which is more than enough room to fit multiple suitcases, bags, and sporting equipment. The interior design really is the star of the show with the 2024 Tucson. Sure, it's not the flashiest design, it doesn't have the most cargo space, and it's not the most comfy, but it is very respectable in all of these areas, and you're never going to feel like there's anything missing. For a daily driver, you really couldn't ask for anything more. Tech and infotainment. The Tucson comes with an impressive array of technology, especially when you factor in the price tag. The centerpiece of this technology is the standard 8.8-inch touchscreen display, nestled in the center of the dash. This boasts sharp graphics, a crisp display, and smooth transitions between menus. This can even be upgraded to a 10.3-inch screen for added luxury. The central screen is paired with a touch-sensitive digital gauge cluster. While this definitely looks the part, it might not be to everyone's taste, especially those who prefer traditional push buttons. Nevertheless, it's still nice and responsive. You'll also find a wireless charger and 2 USB ports just below the digital panel. Other nice amenities include a Sirius XM radio and a very crisp Bose sound system, which makes use of no less than 8 speakers to deliver premium sound. Top-of-the-line models will also come with a panoramic sunroof, electric front seats, and a heated steering wheel. The Tucson is also compatible with the latest version of Hyundai's digital key app. This allows you to use your smartphone as a key. You'll be able to remotely lock and unlock your Tucson with your phone, and even start the engine by placing your phone on the wireless charging pad up front. You'll also be able to share this functionality with up to 3 friends. Safety. All models also come with a suite of safety features on board, including lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, pedestrian detection, and automatic emergency braking. There are a few new features for the 2024 model too, like rear side airbags and seatbelt reminders for all passengers. The standard driving attention monitor has also been upgraded and now includes blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, forward collision warning, automatic high beam headlights, and a rear view camera. You will need to pay for other features like adaptive cruise control, but on balance, the standard safety features offered will be more than enough for most people. Price. And this brings us neatly to the question of price. Last year's model started at $28,235, topping out at just under $38,000. Well, the prices have increased by a fair margin, with the base models now coming in at $33,660. However, it's pretty easy to see why there's been such a jump in price, as the Tucson has been improved in nearly every department, making for a model that's better in every way. What's even more interesting is the fact that you can pick up the hybrid variant for less than $40,000. Getting a plug-in hybrid SUV with such a high prestige is literally unheard of at this price range. And although that is a lot of money, it represents an excellent deal. The top trim will set you back a pretty substantial $46,535. However, for most people, the increase in quality just isn't going to justify the extra money, and somewhere in that $35,000 to $40,000 will offer the best value. So while the price tag is significantly higher than last year's model, it is at least justified. And when you consider what you're getting with the Tucson, it's easy to see why it's regarded as one of the best value subcompact SUVs on the market right now. Dollar for dollar, you're getting more value than any competitor from the likes of Ford, Kia, and even Chevrolet. The 2024 Hyundai Tucson represents an immense upgrade over what was already an excellent car. It's stylish, practical, full of luxurious amenities, and worthy of serious praise.